This playthrough is rated T for teen.
You thought we were done, viewers? Not by a long shot. Greetings and salutations, viewers. Vauldemare back here with another episode of Dark Cloud. Well, some bonus content this time. Last time we played, we beat the game, beat the Dark Genie, and saved time, and so the world was restored to normal. Kind of a half ending, because we don't find out what happens to like half the characters after the game ends. You can just assume they lived happy lives. And if we fixed time, like made sure that the main guy didn't create the Dark Genie, didn't we prevent everyone's like situation from occurring so that it didn't happen, so we have our memories? It doesn't matter. Time wibbly wobbly, timey wimey, no one cares. So after you beat the game, there is a clear save that's added to your file after you beat it. So well, it's added to the file itself. So now any file that gets to I think you have to get to the final area of the game to finally unlock it. I could be wrong. You might be able to access this a little earlier. But let's go to other area here. And a new a new thing has appeared. The Demon Shaft. Oh boy. This thing's gonna shaft us, that's for sure. Let's take a look at what this is. Oh, looks mighty large and imposing. And you can explore this place, although there's, as far as I remember, there's really no reason to explore it, but we'll take a quick look around. Yeah, kind of different from everything else we fought around here. Or, ran across around here. You can tell it's no, you can't go very far. It's a very ominous place full of pillars and stuff like that, but what awaits inside this place? Ominous music in the background too, Let's take a look. Oh. Yeah, it's like some old temple or catacombs or something like that. Oh. Well, let's see where this goes. So we have the Demon Shaft. Now you're probably thinking, it's a new extra in-game dungeon type of thing where you can go through it. How many floors is it? It's 100 floors. Yes, that's right, I was going to say floors. That's right, floors. No, that's right, viewers. This thing is 100 levels. Now, the good thing about this game, the Demon Shaft is there's no limited floors, so you never have to worry about random cases of like playing as Osmond or anything like that. So basically, you can just choose whoever you want for all of the trials. And this game will have all the enemies appear from the game, and a couple of new ones will kind of be spliced in every once in a while. Now, unlike with the previous game where I just played every floor, recorded it, and just went on, with how many floors this is gonna take me forever. So we're gonna do the tried and true tested area of just fast forwarding it. So basically, anything after this point, after I start floor 1, is gonna be me post commentary, because well, that's the only way for me to do it. So basically, I'll have to play double the time and fast forward it to double speed to get through this. I'll probably maybe slow it down for maybe like certain scenes, but really there's no major event until you get to the bottom floor. But we'll talk about that whenever we get there. I don't know how many episodes it's going to take me to do this, but I'll try to do it as fast as I can. So, all right, from here on out, folks, it's post-commentary time. So let's start right now. Alright, here we are at post-commentary, me, and doing the Demon Shaft, and we already fight our first enemy, the Gimron. It is a dragon enemy, only found in the Demon Shaft. It can do projectile breath, close range bite. It is a dragon, it can defend, and its weakness is weirdly fire, but I never switched to it during the gameplay. I know, yeah, I got killed by accident here, but at this point I don't really care too much. We also got Sills from the Sun and Moon Temple there. Gimron doesn't drop anything. Yeah, there's some mummies there as well. We got a Crystal Eye, which is the back-end item for this place, so I'm going to show that off. I'm not going to do it for any of the other dungeons, because I'm going to just skip it, because it's not worth it, because I've already maxed out everything, so there's no reason to. So, and for most cases, I'm going to try avoid chests for the most part, but the thing is, you still have to do chests, because at some point we have to get keys, silver keys for it, but there's a couple floors we know how to do that. So, alright, let me look up the other creature. We got the Nick dude. He can drop, I know he can drop anti-curse amulets, which I think I might have already shown on screen, but this is go by so fast that the fast forward function on it, that sometimes I might bypass them. Yeah, on the back end it's all dark and spooky. But that's pretty much all there is to it. Now, yeah, we got a Brave Arc in that chest there. So, yeah, most of the weapons you're going to get are like 6-tier weapons for the most part. So if you're trying to do, oh yeah, I got the Secret Armlet full. I'll max that out here in a second. The Nicapris is only found in the Demon Shaft. Its attacks is close range leg sweep, and it can projectile bomb, which you saw would have killed me. It can defend, it doesn't have a monster type or weakness, and it can drop anti-curse amulets, or we can steal anti-curse amulets, I mean, from it. Yeah, I got lucky with some heals, but in this dungeon, luckily we can, I don't know if I've shown it yet when we go to the floors, but I guess I'll show it when we actually leave the floor this time. Yeah, go around the... Should have done the Olmec joke here, because we actually have to deal with a face and stuff like that here. Oh yeah, the Sela is the golems there. Yeah, we can just leave. We can leave the floor if we want to. So, nice. Thanks. It actually lets me leave the floor. I'm like, well, there's free. Or other game, some games in this era or the PS1 era would always have like these super secret dungeons, and then they won't let you save or at least have a resume file or something like that. So if your power ever went out, or you didn't want to play for like 10 hours or something like that, you know, I don't miss those days of gaming where they had those really long dungeons where you couldn't save. I was like, no, I don't have that much time anymore. I mean, there's like Vulcans, Halloweens, but as you can see, their HP is much higher than when we fought them in the original dungeons that they came from. So that's another thing about this dungeon. Everything is beefed up by like 10 times 10 or something like that. It's quite a lot than what we originally fought them at. Yeah, I gotta remember not to grab every single thing that drops, because I don't really need the money anymore. I'll buy a couple more gems just to max out Ruby stuff, which I show on this episode, but that's pretty much it. Let's see. Oh yeah, the Selas, their big thing is that, oh yeah, there's diamonds. We fought them before. Let's see. Oh yeah, these guys. I forgot about these guys. White Fangs. Now, they're not so bad in the main game. However, in here, in the Demon Shaft, you have to turn off your elements to actually hit them. Unlike when you fight them in the forest or whatever. So yeah, I forgot Ruby's weapon is elemental. Like, you can't turn off her elements on her weapons. Because that's her bread and butter. So you have to either use like Zhao or someone else, or Toan, since you can turn the magic off on his weapon. Yeah, here I was running out of inventory, so I started dumping all this stuff. Eventually I'm just gonna sell that stuff off screen. So there'll be, I think, twice during this video I'll go back to base, go back to the gallery time, and just sell some stuff and clean out my inventory a bit more. Oh yeah, the sills drop repair powder, so, or for stealing, so it's a great way to not have to worry about going to, because I'm going to try to go through the Demon Shaft as quickly as I can, as efficiently as I can, so that's why I'm not doing the back ends anymore. And I'll, basically as soon as I get the emblem, the Black Knight emblem, which is what gets us to the next war. Oh, it's by the way, it's a kind of a clue to who we fight at the end, but I don't want to say any more until we actually fight the boss, which, after the Dark Genie, might seem a little bit of a downgrade, to tell you the truth, but we'll get there when we get there. But overall, it doesn't take too long to figure out how to buy these guys. Oh yeah, Master Jackets, they can defend a lot. I think there's a time during this video where I end up, yeah, here's where I dump a bunch of stuff. And off screen, I'll definitely end up getting a bunch more Duran feathers. But yeah, oh, this is when I figure out I forgot about needing the silver keys. Yeah, the Master Jackets are really annoying because they defend like all the time. There would be one point in the dungeon where I try to hit the guy like 5 or 6 times, and I'm like, oh, stop it. I do like the fact that in the dungeon they gave us a couple of new enemies and changed some of the enemies' weaknesses. I'm not gonna go over all the enemy weaknesses or on the repeats, because it's not so much of a big deal that I need to worry about. Really, the only one, it was like the White Fang, and there might be like one other, if I recall, that has like some weird weaknesses. Like, technically the Gimron, that dragon creature, even though it's weak to fire, apparently it's resistant to a lot of other elements, except for like ice. I think it takes ice pretty well, but I think the rest of them it has no effect on. I end up having to use Toan quite a bit. You can tell he's not doing as much damage, but that's because I'm leaving his element off. Because if you turn an element off on a weapon, it puts its base power drops quite a bit. Because, you know, the game wants to promote using the elements and figure out the elements of creatures, so you can kind of gauge when to you know, swap them out and stuff like that. But at some point, I just kind of stick to one element, and even if they're strong against, I still use it anyway because it's just annoying to go into the menu. I wish they had like a quick button to swap the attributes out. I mean, I did the fastest I could, but that's the best you can do. Oh yeah, and earlier I didn't mention it. Whoops, didn't mention it earlier, but when we left the dungeon, that's basically me going back to the old man, the Fairy King, and the Gallery of Time, and you know, going through a shop and stuff like that. I think I also upgrade Ruby's weapon during those extravagances too, as well. So yeah, more diamonds, more Vulcans there. Yeah, everyone's just falling to my blade. And because my endurance is so high, it takes, and the final tier weapons have 99 weapon HP. Like, it takes forever for my weapon to finally drop down below to dangerous levels. This is probably why you want to have at least 6 tier weapons by the time you do the Demon Shaft, even if you didn't have them for the Dark Genie, which I would strongly suggest having pretty good weapons for the Dark Genie because of how tough he is. Even though I may have looked easy, I did technically die, so... And I did have max stats on my weapon. That's probably why it didn't seem as difficult as it should have been. But he was a difficult boss. Like, if you go in not prepared or not having the max... Oh yeah, it's just showing me upgrading the Secret Armlet so I can max out all of the stats on it so she can do as max damage. Although, like I said, MP is really her thing. So the monster weaknesses don't affect it as much as it would Toan or any of the melee fighters. At least that's what I've noticed anyway. Yeah, the Arthurs also drop repair powders, but because, like I said, because my endurance and HP is so high, I never have to use them, so oh well. Or if I want to buy them, and they're not that expensive, but you know, just a toss up, you know. It is kind of weird here in this one, or here in the sped up version of this. I love oh yeah, there's the Master Jacket that gives me a few seconds of issues. Well, for me it took me more than a few seconds, but yeah, sometimes you just have to get those treasure chests. I kind of wish you didn't have to do the treasure chests just so you can get through it, but luckily the Demon Shaft doesn't have the limited floors, so you never have to worry about thirst. I think it's because they're just like, hey, oh yeah, my armlet hit. I think that's the last level I'm gonna give the armlet, because at that point I'll have maxed out my stats for my weapon. But I think the reason they don't give you the limited floors is because of the monsters being beefed up so much, so it would just be kind of pointless. Oh yeah, take another break there to upgrade the armlet, and get the gems I need to max out her stats. I think I'll show it off here pretty soon. Yeah, here it is. So yeah, I finally get that maxed out, and I should be getting I think a weapon here pretty soon that I tried to get through the main story, but it's easier for it to drop here than it is in the Gallery of Time, which is the other place you could have dropped it, or you could have upgraded it. Yeah, Trans Feathers run out. Yeah, we're going to use quite a bit of those because I'll try to run as fast as I can through these. Like Forrest Gump or something like that over here. Just as quickly as I can. If only I didn't have to fight the White Fangs, I wouldn't even have to slow down even more. You know, but yeah, they got to give you a challenge for the final Uber dungeon of the game. Oh yeah, there's the Ancient Sword right there. It gives you the stop ability, which has a small chance of basically freezing the enemy in its place. So it's a nice ability to have. Probably in here, if you don't have your max stat on your weapons, that'd probably be really useful. But for me, it's not really that useful now that I've powered up to the max. And I think I'm going to do one more of 4 here, and then I think we'll call it. For these episodes, I'm going to do maybe 1 or 2, and then do my other projects in between, just because I mean, I like Dark Cloud and all that stuff, but sometimes the random dungeons get a little monotonous, and the Demon Shaft, unfortunately, does not change very much during it. Only the enemies do, so that's probably one of the faults I'd say. If they changed it every 10 floors, I wouldn't mind so much, but no, not here, unfortunately. But maybe in future games or something like that. But anyway, we're here pretty soon. I think I'm going to end up getting the emblem like really quickly, so I think we'll call it right here. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next episode.